Oh man, it is September the 9th. I am Jordan, your host. I have Miss Z, Dr. Z, um, out of the beautiful city of Memphis. The Miss Z, I appreciate you coming on tonight to share your heart, your passion, drop some jewels, and give us some advice, man, in this journey called life. Thank you for coming on tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So we got to get through the butterflies here.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Okay. How long have you been a pediatrician? And what school did you go to start your journey?
You want me to start with undergrad or we starting with med school?
Oh, let's go undergrad. Where we
So,
went?
so I went to Xavier University of Louisiana, which is in New Orleans, the HBCU, the only historically Black and Catholic HBCU.
Oh,
And from yes, and from there I went to med school at Quillen College of Medicine, which is also East Tennessee State University, and then residency Virginia Commonwealth University College of residency program, excuse me. And so that's in Richmond, Virginia.
okay. So you went from
So
Louisiana,
that's why I
East
said, where
Tennessee
you
to
want me to
Virginia.
start?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Man, cool, man. So when did you know like you want to be a pediatrician? Was it something that from a little girl or something that happened that made you want to get
Well,
back to children?
I can say I wanted to be a doctor
Okay.
starting at 8 years old, actually. That's when I first had the thought, and I think God put it in my heart at that time to be a doctor. At the
Okay.
same time, I wanted to do other things. I wanted to be like my mom and be a fashion designer and all of that, but I still said doctor. As far as pediatrics, when I went to med school, what you do is you go on all these different rotations. And so internal medicine, family medicine, surgery, um, OB, all of that. And so I had an inkling that I wanted to do pediatrics at that time, but I kept an open mind. And
Okay.
so there were things along the way where I was like, well, maybe I could do this. Maybe I might like this, but I kept going back to pediatrics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, so how many years a total? It's 8 years we put in for
If you
undergrad.
count if you count from undergrad, 11. Yeah.
Wow. Man, well,
So
thank you for being dedicated to the journey.
of course, yeah.
Yeah. And how
That
long how
that
long you been doing it now? It's been your profession for how long?
you making me do numbers. Let's see, about 16 years now.
Yo, that's dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's dope. Let me give you some love. That's what's up. Congratulations. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been a pediatrician 16 years. What has, if you can give advice to parents that are pregnant, want to become pregnant, like what's some advice? Because I know with social media and everything, they can Google and AI, it can be scary sometimes getting into um the 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 new point of life of being parents. If you can
hmm
give like a 30-second encouragement or a minute encouragement type, speak to the mothers and fathers, what would you tell them?
So if I were to speak to people who are wanting to be parents and not yet parents,
Uh,
the first thing I would say is you're never ready.
yeah.
Like you can feel like you're ready, but whatever you think parenting is going to be all that and then some more.
Okay.
So what I would also encourage people to do is educate themselves,
Okay.
but to be careful about where they get information. So
Mm,
we live in the time now where information is rampant. You can scroll on your phone, get on your iPad, and you find all types of information. And a lot of it is inaccurate. A lot of it has an agenda behind it, or just people that don't know. So I would encourage parents to educate themselves, read parenting books, um, just not take themselves too seriously. That would be one thing. And then
okay.
I would also say just to give themselves grace, to try to surround themselves with people who are good support.
Mhm.
So one thing that I always jokingly say is the society would be nothing without grandmothers. Where I work, where I practice, I see lots of grandparents, lots of aunts and uncles, and everybody comes to the doctor all together. And so community is so important, even as far as having good friends, people that you would want to have around your children is
Mhm.
important. I would say to um, just be careful about not bad information. That's one of the main things I see in my practice. People read or hear something and they'll say, well, they said this is not good. And I always say, well, who is they?
Yeah.
And usually the they is TikTok or is somebody on Instagram with a ring light camera. And I'm like, well, do they have expertise? Did they go to
Mm,
school somewhere? How do you know they know what they're talking about? And so that's what I would say. Hmm.
okay. Yeah, because that information running rapid, man, on social media, and people tell you anything to some clicks.
Right, right.
Yeah. So that's cool, man. So that's to the people that's wanting to become parents. So what about those that are first? Was it trimester? Correct?
You trying to ask me people that are pregnant or
Yeah.
expecting?
Like, because I know it's 3 stages, right?
Yes, first, second, and third trimester.
Yeah, I should know. I done did it several times.
You have. Yeah.
Yeah. Any advice you would give them as well?
The same thing is what I would say. And
Okay.
the other thing I would say also is just being healthy. And so not just healthy in body, but in mind and spirit. I'm a strong believer in whatever we have inside of us can transfer into our children. Um, and so eating healthy, drinking water, not eating tons of junk food, but good nutrition is important. Taking multivitamins is important, specifically folate is definitely important at first trimester. Also, just making sure that you're being careful about what's coming in you. Um, when I was pregnant with my son, I used to love watching Criminal Minds. And when I got pregnant with my firstborn, I said, "No, I don't know if I need to be watching all this because I don't want the cray cray to jump off in my baby."
Yeah.
So I was just careful about what I allowed
Yeah.
to come into my spirit.
Okay.
I just think that's really important. The other thing I would say is just taking care of your body. A lot of people won't move their bodies, but exercise is so important.
Hmm.
And I would say that's important even if you're not pregnant, but for
Yeah.
everybody to move their bodies, to be fit. It helps you to have a smoother birthing process, smoother pregnancy oftentimes. Yeah.
Oh, I'm learning something.
Being active,
Okay.
being fit helps. Yes.
Okay. All right. I mean,
Mhm.
I didn't know. I guess it makes sense though. Like if you're moving, it'll help with the birth. That's pretty cool. Okay. Now I know what to do next time. All right. Now we got the
That's
baby
more so
home.
for the ladies, not not for you.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean, you can move too. That's great. We love
yeah.
that.
Yeah. All right. So now that the baby's home, we got the baby home for about 2 months. Like now we're looking at the baby, just husband and wife. What advice would you give them about parenting, as far as you being a mom and also from your profession as well?
Let people help you if you have people to help you. Um, I see so many moms that want to do it all and they feel bad about allowing other people to help. But if somebody else wants to cook food, come and do
Mm,
dishes, do
yeah.
laundry, hold the baby while you take a nap, let people help you. It's really important. The other thing I think is super important is not trying to do it all. And so I often tell my mommies, hey, if the basket of clothes is sitting there, it's fine, it's cool, no worries.
Yeah.
If your kids are eating something that's not as healthy, but you're able to get the rest that you need, that's important. Um, so just taking the time for self is really critical. Also making sure that you're keeping babies safe. So safe sleep practices I talk about a lot in my clinic. And
Hmm.
so that just consists of not having the baby in the bed with parents or um, anywhere where there's stuff inside of the crib. You want baby to be alone on their back is really important.
Okay.
Trying to have healthy habits again, especially with smoking. So not smoking inside the house, not smoking in the car, because that can cause babies to have lots of problems too.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. I know it's it's a blessing when moms can breastfeed.
Yeah.
It's just so easy to turn to your side and just lay them there. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be disciplined and get up and put them in the crib.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think there's too many things harder to deal with and to go through than infant mortality. So I preach
Mm,
that. Yeah.
wow. Yeah,
And
that's
our
the other
communities
alternative.
are impacted more.
You said what
Yeah.
babies are?
Our communities,
Okay.
African American communities, are impacted far more. Yeah.
Wow.
So safe sleep is key,
Yeah.
even when mommies and daddies are tired.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, speaking of our community, of course, man, this is I'm just it's like on my first time about to have a baby, but this is pretty cool, like relearning this stuff. Um, before, because I know you do something else on the as another as a business, but right quick, you just mentioned our community.
Hmm.
I know I would say it's a struggle from what I've seen is the struggle of breastfeeding when it comes to sometime our community because I've heard I ain't trying that. I ain't that's gonna hurt. They have like this
Yeah.
conception, what I'm saying, before the baby even gets here. So in
Mhm.
your practice, like what are some encouraging words or something that you may have like mothers read for the first time or something that you have them try to help them like at least try to breastfeed?
So by the time they get to me for those first initial visits, mommies have already started to feed the way they're going to feed a lot of the
Mm,
time. So
okay.
they've already even chosen to formula feed, breastfeed, or do a combination of the two.
Okay.
And what I ask is essentially, what do you want to do? Because
Okay.
again, it's their choice.
Okay.
And of course, people say breast is best, but a healthy, happy mommy is best. And so, if to breastfeed is going to cause her not to feel well, if she's having issues with milk production, if she's suffering with postpartum depression, things like that, then breastfeeding may fall somewhere down here in
Okay.
terms of what's important. So I don't just jump into, oh, you should breastfeed.
Okay.
Because honestly, by the time they've gotten to me, they've already made that decision.
Okay.
I do encourage my mommies to breastfeed, especially if
Hmm.
they want to. I'm very careful to make sure that I give them lots of kudos when they're breastfeeding because it is a labor of love. A moment ago, you said it's easy to bend over and just feed the baby. That's not easy. I've done it
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I have my own stories to tell about that, but it is not always easy. Sometimes moms
Hmm.
do struggle with milk. They struggle to get it right, how to feed the baby. Sometimes babies are in the NICU, the neonatal ICU,
Yeah.
immediately after birth, or there's a hospitalization for mom or baby after birth that may impact feeding. So there's so many different factors at play.
Okay.
So what I try to do in my practice is make sure I'm being the best pediatrician for the person that's in front of me.
I
And
got
I'm
you.
not trying to necessarily push, hey, I think you should do this or that, because it
Okay.
may not be right for that particular mom or family.
I got
Yes.
you.
In terms of the stigma that's around or the misconceptions around breastfeeding, I used to round in the hospital a lot. I don't do that much anymore. I don't really do it at all anymore.
Yeah.
But I used to round in the hospital quite often. And yes, I did hear that. And what I would try to do was make sure I'm directing my commentary to the mom. Hey, what do you want to do?
Hmm.
Because ultimately, it's their decision, it's their labor of love that they're going to be doing, it's their sacrifice, it's their journey. And just encouraging families, hey, demystifying it really. That, this is how God made it. That's why the milk is there.
Hmm.
And just teaching and really educating, but doing it from a standpoint that's not judgmental.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, let me talk to y'all for a minute. So we can play a part of. I've learned, and we play a role in this too, or we can to help. With our wives, like get a warm rag, and you get to help massage. So you can
Oh, Lord.
be a part of the journey too. So that it's fun for us too, man. So get in there, be encouraging.
Yeah,
It's both of us, man. That can play a role. So
absolutely.
I've been fortunate. All four of mine, all my boys, with breastfed. So it's like
Hmm.
okay, daddy get to help in here too, man. So it was a lot. I remember my second born, like I talked to the medical staff at Methodist Hospital,
Hmm.
just talking about breastfeeding. Like, man, you know a lot. I was like, yeah, because she can't do it alone. You know what I'm saying? So it was pretty cool, like learning and
Right.
then I that's when I learned about the physical part where I can help at. So I was game for that. It was just a fun process, man, knowing that to be a father and be that support for her during that time, man. So
Right.
yeah, man, it's like you said, it's a choice. And once
Yeah.
they make that choice, man, that sometimes can be hard. You can like, your nipples can crack, and it was just a time of growth. It's like, oh God, like this is what happened. Let me be more patient. I'm speaking from a husband perspective. 'Cause I'm looking
Yeah.
like feed the baby. I didn't, you don't know everything psychological, mental, and emotional the wife is going through. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like me witnessing that, so I can speak to the husbands on that. Like, be patient with them. You know what I'm saying? Because they know when that baby latch, it hurts. So that's why they be kind of leery
Yeah,
sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So fellas, man,
hurt.
be
It's
patient with your
hurting. That
wife.
means something needs to be adjusted, though.
Say it again.
I said it shouldn't hurt. If it's hurting, that means something needs to be adjusted.
You heard the lady. So yeah, man, I
So
just
if
enjoy
it's
watching it,
hurting,
man. Knowing I
something
ain't
needs
had to go
to
buy formula.
be
So I would do whatever I can to save money. We ain't never had to purchase formula. So praise
yeah,
God.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's
man. Thank you for that. So besides being a pediatrician, I also know that you're a life coach.
yes.
Yeah. How did you stumble upon that, get that started? You know, being an introvert, like how does this work?
Well, let me address that last comment. So, as an introvert, I think God, I don't know, I had a little fun when He made me because He put me in positions where I have to talk to people for a living.
Yeah.
When I get home, I've talked and met with at least like 20 families on an average day, in
Wow.
addition to my coworkers. So, most people
Wow.
don't even know I'm an introvert unless I tell them. So, yeah. But as far as life coaching, so I've been practicing medicine now about 16 years.
Mhm.
And there's a certain part of me that feels fulfilled in doing that. But in the last maybe year or so, I've just felt this pull that, hey, there's something more. There's some
Mhm.
gifts inside of me that are not being tapped into. There
Mhm.
has to be still something more. I feel like there's more purpose there. And honestly, when people started saying it to me, I had a few people saying, "Oh, you should do this." I'm like, "Nah, I don't know about that." I'm not sure. Like me, I don't know. And it kept coming back up for me. And actually, my sister-in-law was like, "Well, Zakia, you're already coaching." And she was like, "At work, all the stories you tell me, you're already coaching. It's just putting
Mhm.
on a different hat of coaching." And so a lot of the times when I'm at work, I'm addressing what's going on with the kids, but I'm also helping the parents. Sometimes I'll spend more time talking to the parents about the parents than about the child that's there. And I've been the go-to person for friends, for family, where people call and ask me for advice. At work, oftentimes my door is revolving. I can be trying to do some work and then,
Yeah.
hey, I see you're eating, but can I ask you a question?
Oh
Hey,
wow.
you're eating, but can I tell you what's going on here? And so it became more and more clear to me that this is the path that I should be on right now, or
Mhm.
embracing instead of saying, nah, not me, not now.
Okay.
And I see it as an opportunity to help people in a different way from what I'm already doing every day and have been doing for years. So I think that answers your question.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. So is it different categories of life coach, or it's just how does that work? Is it different
Yes.
things you
There's tons of,
specialize in, or
yes, there's tons of so niches is what it is. So you have life coaching, but then you can have somebody that's a divorce recovery life coach, that is their focus, or someone that's doing life skills or wellness or whatever. There's a lot of different subcategories and specialties within that. Yes. So
wow. Okay.
mhm.
Wow. So it's not the same, but when you said it, when you broke it up in categories, that's not the word you use, but I don't want to stumble upon the word you use. It's like counseling. Like you got divorce counselors, you got okay. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
But
sense.
coaching
Okay.
is not counseling.
I'm saying like
So
farther different titles, different
yeah,
groups I would say that you can address. That's pretty cool. Okay.
yeah. So
Man.
you can choose your niche, your area, or you can choose a couple if you want. Or for me, I feel like mine was chosen for me, at least for right now.
Okay. What's
That
your
may change,
niche?
it may evolve. Right now, mine is for high achieving working moms who are experiencing burnout, who don't have good boundaries, who struggle to really find joy because they're giving to everybody else so
Mm.
much. And then at the end, they don't have anything left for themselves. And so I feel impassioned to do that because that was me.
Oh. Mm.
And so, me going through what I've gone through, discovering tools and different things that have helped me along my path as a mom, as a leader, all of that. That is what has given me the passion to help other moms not take as long necessarily to go through their process of getting from one point to the next point, which is ultimately you want to live a life that is aligned with your core values. You want to live a life that has peace, where you're prioritizing yourself and doing that without guilt, which is key. Yeah.
Mm, okay, man, that's a heck of a group that you out here life coaching with, because
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, because I remember the women just did a panel and they were discussing that life balance. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's pretty critical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never would have known. You know, I'm just living life, just
It's,
just going through life. I didn't realize like the mental overload. People can experience.
yeah.
So what type of advice do you give moms like that?
That's a broad question, Jordan.
Yeah, let's do it. You got 20 minutes.
Well, I uncrossed my leg.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna give it all away, but part of it is that you have to recognize your own worth, your own value, which
yeah.
means if you're pouring from an empty cup, you're pouring from nothing, but you want to actually
Mm,
pour from overflow. And so in order to do that, you have to deposit something back into yourself.
okay.
And that means you have to prioritize yourself and realize it's non-negotiable. It has to happen.
Yeah.
So as in our culture, women get applauded for working hard,
Hmm.
for all the things that we do, and so it's seen as like this badge. Yes, I'm a strong woman. No one sees me break, but that's not real.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you have people wearing that cape, and everybody's like, "Oh, she's so awesome. She's so strong. She's such a great mom." But mommy is not good. And
Mm,
so, what I encourage moms to do is take care of themselves. And so, that looks like different things for different people. Sometimes
yeah.
that looks like setting a boundary, with your family or with your work, not answering your email from work at night when you're wanting to have time for yourself. For me, I don't check work emails on the weekend. The only time I'll check a work email is if I have to. And so, like, I'll give an example. I was floating in the pool at my family's house,
Yeah.
and I got out and I saw a message from one of my people that I oversee at work. And she's like, "Hey, I got COVID. The team hasn't reached out to me to tell me when to come back in. When can I come back in?" So I had to go and scroll through my email and find the answer to send to her.
Mm,
And in doing that, I read another email and then it irritated me.
mm,
Like, I was hot for the next
yeah.
30 minutes. Like, why did I read this email? Why did
Yeah.
I open this up? And so sometimes finding that balance means just setting boundaries, clear boundaries, even if that's
Yeah.
with friends. If you have someone calling you and every time they call you, it's drama, it's chaos, it's a
Yeah.
problem, you might need to set a boundary.
Mm,
Sometimes that looks like setting aside time for yourself. And so that may mean waking up before everybody else gets up so you can exercise, so you can pray, so you can meditate, have devotion, whatever it is that helps you to start your day. Um, Sometimes that looks like quiet. Sometimes it looks like going out with your friends, but just doing whatever it is that you need in that space to take care of you and
mhm.
not feeling bad about doing it. Yeah.
Man, if that's free advice, man, man, the other
Yeah.
advice, it's so important. I didn't know that, this how much I may need it as well. Like,
Hmm.
I didn't realize, like, I find peace just sitting on the sofa watching Woody Woodpecker cartoon. You know what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
work has been stressful. You know what I'm saying? Your children
Yeah.
sick. You know what I'm saying? But just something
Hmm.
about watching the old cartoons, man, Casper the Ghost. It's just
Yeah.
I found like that's my moment. You know,
Hmm.
and like you said, also like try to do devotion in the morning, get my day started. Investing in that personal time.
Right.
Um, like setting goals,
Hmm.
tangible goals.
Right.
Yeah, you're a life
Yeah.
coach, man. I'm to sign up for some lessons or something. So I can become a better me.
Yeah.
Because I
You
know I
have.
still got to grow. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I will say one thing that is a big challenge for a lot of women and a lot of moms specifically is the guilt piece. And so
Mm,
you feel like if you're doing something for yourself, oh, I should be doing this. Oh, I shouldn't go on this trip because if I do, then what about my kids? Are they going to be okay? Or I can't go on a trip. My kids have to come with me because I don't want to leave them somewhere because they're going to miss mommy. So that guilt is very real. It's very real, but the guilt keeps us crippled too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's such a thought process. Because I can see that. Well, you know, people, the what ifs, and they feel that type of way. And then sometimes you leave your child fine, your child is having a good old time, but you in your mind, you know, if you feeling that type of way, thinking that's
Right.
how your child feel. But when you leave your child, they's over there just having a good old time, but you worry about that. Okay,
Yeah.
man, just put a picture of your child in your wallet. Just let it be done.
And something like
Yeah.
that. Right?
I said again.
I said something like that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, because you do got to enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to. Because
Yeah.
I've heard it. Oh, I'll wait till they get to this grade. Oh, I'll wait till they do this. And then when they get to that grade, they're playing sports. So now, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
another hindrance to doing what you want to do. So, man, thanks for
Right.
sharing that advice, man. You know, like it's okay to do those things.
It is. It's
Yeah,
good to do those things. Yeah.
yeah, and it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because I see your post, I'm looking like, look at Z. You know, it's very encouraging. You ain't even be talking to me, but but I'd be
Yeah.
like, dude, I'd be liking it because it's very great.
I,
You know, it's great advice. You know,
yeah.
you make me seem like a genius when I'm talking to women, like I know what I'm talking about. I just be quoting what you be posting.
Li- Listen, and all of that comes through. I've lived it, you know.
Yeah,
And I won't say that I've arrived. I've gotten to this, pinnacle place up here where I don't have stress. My kids don't cut up, and my house is not chaotic in the morning. It is all of that, but I move in a different space now where I can still have peace despite
yeah,
all of what might be going on. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
man. Congratulations on doing that, man. I mean, just like I said, hopefully, like I said, everybody from back home, man. Like I said, this young lady lives in Memphis. If you're just tuning in, man, she's a pediatrician, she's a life coach, she's a mom, she's a wife, and she loved the Lord like crazy, man. So she's a wonderful person to follow on Facebook. If you just see where I tagged her at, liking her page, man, because she gives some of the greatest advice, man, and it's coming from a great place. You know what I'm saying? She's not doing it for the clicks and the likes. She's doing it because she wants to reach a mom to encourage them, like, because a lot of people suffer in silence. So if you just read her post, it's very encouraging. And so I, just advise anybody who's not her friend, who's listening, to find her on my Facebook friends, and you'll definitely be encouraged.
yeah. Well, I
So thanks
appreciate
for
that.
everything you do. So real quick before I let you go, as a mom, wife, career, life coach, when did you what are the things that you do that you where Z find peace at? Because I know you say you got to have a balance. Like,
Yeah.
what is something that you do personally? Like, besides, you may do meditation, you may
Hmm.
walk for a little while. Like, what is that? You may listen to hymns. Like, what is that you do personally to be like, um, Oh man, hold on real quick before I answer that question. What's
Yeah.
happening, Mr. Michael? He said Dr. Woods definitely very encouraging. That's my dog. You have a phenomenal husband, man. He is dope. I
Thank
watch from afar. That's man. Y'all are a
you.
blessed
Yeah. He's
couple. Let
the
me put it out there.
best.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
personally, like, what is something that Dr. Z do to balance everything?
I do a lot. The difference now is I do more than I used to do, and I do it without guilt.
Mm,
So I enjoy devotion, meditation,
yeah,
prayer. Um, I enjoy quiet time. My favorite room in my house is my patio.
yeah, yeah,
So I like being out there and hearing the birds, looking at the trees. I love working out. I'm a Peloton fanatic. I like throwing around weights. So most days out of the week, I'm exercising. Um, I love to read. So I read a ton of books. I listen to a ton of books because I like to get knowledge, but I also read just for entertainment too. So those are some of the things. I love to travel. So I like to take a trip here or there, go
okay,
different places, get a different
okay,
perspective, eat different food
yeah,
around different cultures
yeah,
and people. Yeah, so there's a lot that
yeah.
I do. Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Well, I'm glad you was able to find out. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, good. Because my equipment decided to battery going low. It kept saying in my ear, and I didn't want it to cut off while we were talking, so I had to make
Okay,
some adjustments on the fly.
okay.
But yeah, I can definitely agree with you as far as like traveling and eating, Dr. Z, because
Hmm.
I didn't realize how much is out there. You know what I'm saying? And then finding peace.
Yeah.
For example, Montana is my favorite state.
Okay.
And it's a different type of peace. I know it's not really a place where uh we may see each other a lot.
Yeah, I
But
got you.
it's just a different type of peace I never experienced,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah,
Nature.
man. So yeah, it's just nature and it's not too far from Yellowstone. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man, it was just a beautiful experience. So I try to go there. I haven't been in a couple years. As a matter of fact, I lied, I just drove through there taking some friends to Washington State, helping them drive. But yeah, just a peace, man. I didn't never knew that existed.
Yeah.
You
And
know.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
The world is huge. A lot of people will just stay in their little own little space of the world, but
Yeah.
I don't think God wants us to do that. If He created the whole world, He wants us to see it, or at least see as much as we can see,
I'm
as
I'm,
much
I'm
as our finances, our PTO will allow us to see.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take this video to work tomorrow and show it to like Miss Danny. You heard what Z said? I need to do this more often.
I know. Approve the PTO.
Yeah. I need it. Yeah,
It's
man.
funny.
So
I mean,
again,
other countries have gotten it.
yeah,
So I think in America we work, 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 but in other cultures they value rest a lot more than we do.
yeah.
Yeah,
But we're gonna get there hopefully.
yeah.
I love my naps. I man, once I shut off work, I've learned, and it's funny you said it because you said like your emails, Z. Like I have no notifications on my phone for any apps.
Hmm.
Yeah. So if you message me on Facebook, that's why sometimes it takes me so long to respond.
Yeah,
There's no notification.
yeah.
You know,
That's
because
beautiful.
I needed to find that peace.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful.
Yeah,
I
I
have
need to
some
do that.
notifications, but I don't have any for email.
That's dope.
No,
That's dope.
no, or
Yeah,
social media.
I respect that so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Before we go, Doctor Z, any
Hmm.
encouraging words you have for the audience? You know, so again, before you speak, just thank you again for coming, sharing your heart, sharing your encouraging words. May God continue to bless you as a pediatrician, as a life coach, husband, wife. Like again, man, Mike, he's been a. I remember going to your wedding, man. First
Yeah.
time meeting the guy. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, great guy, great guy. But
Yeah.
before we log off, anything, any encouraging words you have for the audience?
Well, first for you, thank you for having me here in this space. This is brand new for me to
Yeah,
speak in front of a camera live for 30 plus minutes.
yeah,
Brand new. I have been stretched. Yes, I'm stretched right now.
yeah,
But I thank you and appreciate you for seeing something in me that made you say, "Hey, I want you on my podcast." So I appreciate that. Also,
sure.
thank you for creating this positive space. So we were talking a little bit before we got started here. The world is full of negativity. All the negative things go viral, but it's great that you are creating a positive space to highlight people that are trying to make a positive change where they are in their
Yeah,
communities and in their lives. Um, but for everybody else, thank you for listening.
yeah,
I don't take it lightly that people take time out to listen to what I have to say, little old me.
mm,
I'm grateful for that. Hopefully, something I have said has resonated with someone somewhere and helped them a little bit in
yeah,
whatever they need help with on their journey and on their path. For those who want to follow me on IG, you can follow me at Reset with Dr. Z. Um,
mm,
yeah, so that's my business page right now.
mm. Okay.
But it's been great to be here.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to. When we upload the video,
Yeah.
I'm gonna share your information because I think I follow Instagram too. Like I said, you post, I'll be doop doop. Yeah, like yeah, you know what I'm saying. 'Cause it's just great to see what you. Excuse me. It's great to read and see what you have to say, man. It's so enlightening and so encouraging. And you do it in such a subtle way, but it has so much impact. You know what I'm saying? It's like you tossing a pebble in a pond. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just subtle, but it has a lasting impact. So I'm so grateful for what you do. So I appreciate you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Z. You did it. You did it. You did it. We had the goal was 30 minutes and you knocked it out the park. You
Yeah,
you
that's
you did phenomenal.
all right. I appreciate you.
Yes, man. Thanks again for joining me tonight.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right.